Okay, we're at Nashville Ford with Harvey Justice, used car director. Harvey, tell us about the stock-in process. This vehicle just came from Enterprise. It was dropped off. Today's Friday. What's the stock-in process normally, and what are we going to do to try to have a shot at selling it this weekend?
Well, generally, when these cars come in from Enterprise or anywhere they come in, all we get is going to be a car and a naked key. Once we've signed the car in, then there's a couple of things that we have to do immediately. And the first thing that we have to do immediately, hey, come here, that key. Where's the key? We want to put in a stock-in tag on the front of the window. They're going to be yellow if it's a used car. They're going to be white if it's a new car.
And one of the things, Harvey, since we're right here, we talked about these stickers here, that we got to make sure that Detail take these off, right?
Absolutely. Detail's going to take those stickers off. And on here, we kind of do the year, make, model, and the color. Up here is the stock number, which stock number for this one is P814. And this is the last 6 of the VIN. And then you got some other numbers down here. Now, also, if you look, this right here matches that. This yellow. Yellow's going to be for used, and white's going to be for new. If this was a new car, this would be white, and this would be white. The same information is on both of them. And then one of the first things that we always have to do when a car comes in is put on an as-is buyer's guide. This is probably the most important thing that we could do for this vehicle to stay in compliance with state regulations, state and federal regulations. All right, now that we got the car keyed in, the car tagged in, I'm gonna take, we have a sheet that we take over to service. It's called a UCI sheet. This is Walker right here, and he's gonna get us a UCI sheet for this vehicle. And
what does UCI stand for?
Used car inspection.
Used car inspection.
Used car inspection sheet. All of our cars go through our service department before they're put out for sale on the lot. And so now, this key, if you may or may not know what this is, this goes to our key machine. So what's been done here is not only was this car tagged in, but it was also registered into our key machine.
So now, Harvey, I see one thing that we need to fix. So we got to make sure that this loop is through this part, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the things in our process. We've been talking about it, but we don't seem to be doing it every time.
So we need to do it every time.
Right.
So we're gonna fix that.
And the reason being is because this will not unlock. You have to cut this in order to open it. So if I have this going through here, it can't be taken apart and left in the key machine. It has to be cut off. And that's the telltale sign that something's wrong in our key machine.
Good.
All right, this right here is going to be our internal work order. Basically, it has the description of the vehicle. Now, the department under the sales, because the UCI on this car is going to be charged to sale, not service. Then it has a description of the car. Then it has a place for me to sign. It says UCI on it. What I'm going to put on here is advise and a $sign. Now, that's kind of my thing that I do for them, and they know what that means. That means to advise me before they spend any money on this vehicle as to what they're doing to the car, other than the normal, say, oil change and inspection.
So Harvey, would that sheet go with the car? Where do you put that sheet, or do you hand that to service?
All right, so I will hand this sheet to service. I'll park the car outside of service, and I'll make sure I put the key back in the key machine.
So the service advisor has to come get the key out of the machine.
The service advisor has to check the key out the key machine, and the key will be registered out in his name.
So there's a detail slip also that goes with the car that tells Detail that it needs to get cleaned up. You normally put that on the dash. Is that correct?
Well, the way it works is that I can do the detail sheet and leave it in the car, or service can do the detail sheet. And when service is done totally with the car, service has to put the key back in the machine, give cleanup a cleanup slip if there's not one in the car, and then park the car at cleanup in the designated area.
Good.
All right, and then
all face the same direction, lined up good.
Line up good and face the same direction. And then what we're gonna do is service is gonna put the key back in the key machine.
Yep. Thank you, Harvey. Appreciate that. Sound like you have a very comprehensive process that has to be followed every time.
Every time.